what I want you to do is I want you to share this graphic with people. Get your buyers aggressive. This is what's needed to show them, hey, now is not the time to be waiting. This is the cheapest price you're going to get for your house right now. A little bit of statistics on the average days on market. We're now getting into July, and anytime you have a real estate market going up, you're going to see, spits and spurts and stops and stuff like that. Okay. And June is typically one of those. In Southern California, we call it June gloom in the weather, but that also coordinates with graduation and summer break and everybody wanting to go on vacation, and real estate agents go on vacation and buyers go on vacation. So you'll experience a little lull in June typically. Now, this year, 2021, it's even exaggerated. I mean, it's exaggerated to the point because people haven't been able to travel or go on vacation for a very long time, 2 summers now. So because of it, it's such an exaggerated problem that it's affecting economic markets. Like Walmart sales are down because no one's entering the store because everyone's on vacation. Online purchases at Amazon are down because everyone's traveling. Like so many people are getting out and doing what they haven't been able to do in so long. They're making up for lost time. So suddenly the travel industry is booming. I mean, American Airlines is canceling hundreds of flights because they don't have enough pilots to handle everybody. They're canceling hundreds of flights every day. So you're seeing an overload in the travel industry, and where people have been spending lots of money, you're seeing them take a break there so they can go back and spend and travel. And we're seeing that in real estate too. People are just preoccupied right now. And now I think they'll get it out this summer. And I think you're going to see prices still go crazy, and you're still seeing multiple offers, and you're still seeing things sell quickly. But from time to time, you're going to say, wait a minute, I just put a listing on the market and it's sitting there for 4 days and I don't have an offer yet. What's going on? That doesn't mean it's a slow market and prices are going down. That usually takes about 90 days. However, it is a little slower than what you're used to. So anytime, we've seen prices appreciating at an average rate of probably 7% a year for the last 10 years, which is amazing. And throughout that period, I can't tell you how many times it felt like the market was slowing and prices were going to start going down. I can't tell you how many industry leaders started predicting that erroneously. So you're going to see spits and spurts and stops and dips along the way up. So remember that. You're going to hear people talking about housing bubbles and bubbles crashing and things like that all the way up, because that's just what people do. But you need to watch supply and demand first and foremost, because nothing will trump that. If we don't have supply, your prices are going to go up. Nothing trumps supply and demand. Nothing. Okay, so just remember that's the fundamental law of economics. And people think that's really easy to get until you're out there in the world walking around hearing all these people talking about elections and interest rates and foreclosures coming back on the market and things like that. And all of a sudden you forget about supply and demand. You get caught up in the media frenzy and you're saying, oh my gosh, prices are going to go down. I better wait. That's a mistake. That's a mistake, because nothing trumps supply and demand. You can put all that together and throw in a global pandemic. And guess what? Prices still skyrocketed last year. We laid off 25% of the American workforce and demand did not get hurt because there was no supply. You realize that? We just withstood a global pandemic and the market kept soaring. That is how much of a commodity and necessity item housing is. Let me show you proof. So a lot of people are saying, all right, tell me about this spits and spurts and stops. And you can see here's a new graphic. I'm going to give you this graphic. This is brand spanking new. And you can see I have highlighted out here in June because we're in the last day of June coming up. And you can see average days on market and what has happened since the pandemic. Look at this. We're just seeing, this is right before it happened, March of last year. And you can see houses have been selling quicker and quicker. And then all of a sudden everything opens up and there's no more coronavirus. And guess what? It just keeps getting faster and faster. Houses selling quicker and quicker. More and more demand, less and less supply. It's just picking up speed. You guys see that? So showing buyers, this is a chart that I would certainly use for buyers. because they're always saying, oh, don't worry, I'm going to wait until it gets better. Well, gang, this isn't going to get better. This is going to keep going the wrong direction. We know that. There's no supply. Waiting has just made it harder. This is going all the way back to November of 2019. This is the end of 2019. Here we are, halfway through 2021. We've been through a pandemic. We're out of a pandemic. Prices have been skyrocketing. Those prices have gone up about 20% in this period of time, and it's showing no signs of slowing. So anyone that thinks there's a lull in their market or it's stalled in June, understand the numbers don't bear that. So just because you're used to having 6 offers in the first day, and now you have to wait 3 days before you get an offer, that doesn't mean prices are going down. That's still a red hot market. You've gotten spoiled. If you've only been practicing real estate, for less than 12, 13 years, all you know is prices going up and multiple offers. Do you realize that? If you've been practicing for less than 13 years, that's the only market you know. And guess what? It's a good thing because it's going to keep going for a while. So that's all you really need to know for a bit. Because I'll tell you right now, it's showing no signs of slowing. There's almost no economic indicators. So what I want you to do is I want you to share this graphic with people. Get your buyers aggressive. This is what's needed to show them, hey, now is not the time to be waiting at all. Because if you're waiting, the cheapest price, this is the cheapest price you're going to get for your house right now. And if they don't believe that and they just keep looking at houses and putting in offers that are low, missing on them and saying, well, don't worry, we'll get them later. Well, they're going to miss out. And they may not be able to afford a house pretty soon. This might be their one chance at home ownership. And that's all because we did not get them aggressive enough and give them the material information they needed to make an informed decision, which was to get aggressive and buy the house while they still can afford it and get all that equity, all the gains over the next 2 and 3 years, the increase in prices, the increase in value of their biggest asset. So share that graphic if you will.